Hi everybody, so in an earlier video I showed how I did dialysis, and now in this one I'm going to explain how the actual filtration through osmosis works. So in this you can see that there's a canister, and inside the canister is a whole bunch of little hair-like tubes. These tubes are all connected inside its own little canister inside the canister. And here you see the arterial blood comes in and goes into the tubes, through the tubes, and they go one direction. Now, for purposes, we're going to label the blood coming in red and the blood going out blue, even though blood is never actually blue. So the blood flows in one direction, and the dialysate, or the solution that takes the solutes out of the blood that we don't want, will travel in the opposite direction on the outside of all those little tubes, or hair-like tubes. We're going to mark this orange going in and yellow coming out. Now let's go ahead and take a zoomed in view on one of these little tubes and see what's actually happening. Now these tubes have little micro holes in them that the osmosis is going to occur through. So inside the tube are red blood cells that we'll mark with little red circles. And also in the blood is urea. And urea is the main thing that we're trying to remove from the blood. Now this is all going to be moving in the direction to the right, and the dialysate is going to move in the direction to the left. Now the dialysate has sugars and things that we're going to mark with orange circles. And we're going to mark that it's going in the opposite direction. Now because of osmosis, the urea is going to be pulled out of the blood into the dialysate. Because there's more urea inside the blood than there is inside the dialysate, it's going to push it out, because there's no urea in the blood. Now, the blood also has water that we're going to mark with blue triangles. The water will flow in and out because osmosis is equilibrium. With the blood going one direction and dialysate going in the other, pulling out the urea, you would ask yourself, wouldn't you reach a point of equilibrium with urea, or half on one side and half on the other? However, you have to realize that this is a constant flow of new dialysate. So the reason that the blood flows one direction and the dialysate flows in the other is to help with osmosis, because you're going from a high concentration to a low concentration. When the dialysate hits the blood, when the blood is right before the blood is about to exit the tube, the blood will have its least amount of urea, and the dialysate will also have its least amount of urea. So it'll still be able to pull urea from the blood. However, if they were flowing the same direction, the closer they got to the exit, the more in equilibrium they would be. And therefore, you would end up with more urea inside your blood. Because of this opposite direction, when the blood is first entering, that is when the urea is its highest, as well as the dialysate urea will be the highest. However, it'll still be lower than the blood, and can still continue to remove urea from the blood.